Hello and welcome to
DHNN Potter School Holiday Edition.
We have a lot to talk about today.
Our first segment is also our first staff spotlight today. Here's Anastasia and Kira.
Hi, I'm Kira. And I'm Anastasia, and we were able to interview some of Potter's special education teachers. One of our teachers is Miss Stevenson. She's really great. Miss Stevenson started her teaching career at Potter 4 years ago. Her favorite thing about teaching is getting to know the kid. Her mom and sister are also teachers. She's always loved being around kids. She feels every day is something new. She said teaching is fun. You can't do things like this with any other job. She was born in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and she's a huge Celtics fan. She even played basketball herself in college. And because this is the holiday edition, she told us the weirdest Christmas gift she's ever received were hubcaps. Our next staff spotlight is on Miss Dias. Mrs. Dias was born in New Bedford and has been at Potter for 30 years. She likes rubber ducks and funny socks. She has a 21-year-old daughter who's finishing up college. Miss Dias became a teacher because she likes to learn, but also wants to get others excited about learning. Her favorite thing is when she's teaching and she's trying to get the students to understand, and they finally understand, and their eyes light up and they get excited about what they're learning. Mrs. Dias likes working with kids because she can learn new things. She loves to see the variety of different ways kids think. She's learned more from working with kids than working with other people. Kids are always surprising her. And the weirdest Christmas gift Miss Dias ever received was a Smurf backpack with only one strap. I mean, I guess you could wear it as a purse. Next, we sat down with Mrs. Gallagher. Mrs. Gallagher has been at Potter for over 30 years. She actually came to Potter as a student when she was a kid. Well, that's how old this place is. Miss Gallagher's favorite thing about teaching is the kids, because most adults she knows are pretty bored. Miss Gallagher says that kids are awesome and fun to be around, and she wants to make a difference. Miss Gallagher has never received a weird Christmas gift. She says that she's weird, so she wouldn't know how to define a weird Christmas gift. Miss Gallagher struggled while she was in school, and a lot of nice teachers helped her along the way, and she really appreciated that. So she decided to become one of those teachers to help other kids. She wanted to help them with their learning and their understanding on different things, but also have a lot of fun too. Mrs. Gallagher was born in New Bedford, Massachusetts, and lived most of her life in Dartmouth. That's crazy. I was born there too. Miss Gallagher enjoys being a part of students' lives, likes to hang out with them for most of the day and to make connections with them. One of her oldest students she had has actually stolen her life and actually cut her hair. We also sat down with Mr. Florent. Mr. Florent has been a teacher for 12 years and has 3 kids. They all went to Potter, and one of them is in 4th grade right now. Mr. Florent has always worked with kids and thinks every day is something new. The weirdest Christmas gift he's ever gotten is not really a gift, but a story, where his youngest brother liked wrestling, so he got him a wrestling action figure. And Mr. Florent didn't really like wrestling, but his brother got him the exact same action figure. That's a crazy coincidence. I know, right? Mr. Florent was a camp counselor at high school at a summer camp, and he enjoyed working with kids, so he decided to pursue a career to be a teacher. And Mr. Florent's favorite part of teaching is seeing the kids finally understand what they're struggling with. He likes to see that light bulb go off. Thank you, Mr. Florent. Lastly, we sat down with Miss Mata. Mrs. Mata was born in New Bedford, but she lived all her life in Dartmouth all her life. She's been a teacher for about 20 years. She started in Fall River, and then she came over to Potter. She's been at Potter for about 11 years now. She has 2 daughters and 1 pet dog. Miss Mata's favorite thing about teaching is being able to watch the students grow. Not only growing as a learner, but actually getting to watch them grow into little human beings and watch their personalities grow. She's always liked children, and growing up, she's always had to babysit children. That's how she knew she always wanted to work with children and be able to make a difference in the world. Miss Mata says that every day is another day, and you always learn something new while watching them. She feels her 2 students teachers sometimes. Miss Mata likes working with kids because they keep her on her toes. They keep her young, and they can be very funny. Speaking of funny, Mrs. Mata told us about the funniest Christmas gift she's received from a student. One time, a student gave her this nice decorated bag. When she went to open up the bag, it was empty. She started thinking maybe the bag was the gift, but then her student told her that they put some of Mrs. Mata's favorite chocolates in there. But it was also their favorite chocolates, and they couldn't help themselves. So the student actually ate the chocolates. That's hilarious. And back to Nico and Aubrey.
Thank you, Anastasia and Kira.
Next up, what is the funniest thing a student has ever said to you?
We are definitely going to laugh.
Most definitely.
Here's Frankie and Rowan.
Hi, I'm Francesca Yanni.
Hello, I'm Rowan Mello.
We went around Potter School and asked the teachers, what's the funniest thing a student has ever said to you? And here's what they said. What's the funniest thing a student has ever said to you?
A student told me that their mom told them to clean up the biggest mess in the house, so they grabbed cleaning supplies and started spraying their sister.
Yes. What's the funniest thing a student has ever said to you?
I'm not sure if it's the funniest thing, but a funny one was today. I read the sentence, go get a drink from a fountain, and they said, I didn't think you could drink from one of those. So the student's picturing a fountain that you see outside and trying to take a drink from it, now realizing the rest of the country uses fountain instead of bubbler. So we had a good laugh at that one.
Yeah. Miss Jacob, what is the funniest thing a student has ever said to you?
One time when I was teaching technology in kindergarten, I was collecting the iPads at the end of a lesson, and this little boy just looked up at me and said, "Is there a Mr. Chicka?" And I said, "Why, yes, there is."
Mrs. McHenry, what is the funniest thing a student has ever said to you?
The funniest thing a student has said to me was, "Who's your teacher?" I think they thought I was a student, probably because I'm kind of short. That's the funniest thing.
Yeah. Mr. Porter, what's the funniest thing a student has ever said to you?
I think the funniest thing a student ever said to me, in my office I have a picture of my dad, and when kids come to me saying that they're going to get in trouble with their dad, I always say, "That's a picture of my dad. I sometimes used to get in trouble. Everything will be okay." But I've noticed the last couple of years, I say, "Do you know who's in that picture?" And they say, "Is that you?" Exactly. They think it's me now because I get a white beard like my dad. So that's the funniest thing a student's ever said to me.
Sarah, what's the funniest thing a student has ever said to you?
I would say the funniest thing was when I was singing one time and they told me that I sung better than Taylor Swift.
Nice.
Yeah, just don't ask me to sing.
What's the funniest thing a student has ever said to you?
Well, I had a kindergarten one day, and she called me Mrs. Art.
Oh, that's nice.
And it was so funny. So every time she saw me for like the whole year of kindergarten, couldn't remember my name, so she called me Mrs. Art. I thought that was fun. Of course it's a kindergartner.
What is the funniest thing a student has ever said to you?
Well, one year, my name is Mrs. Patello.
Yeah.
He called me Mrs. Potato.
That was hilarious. My favorite is what Miss Stevenson said. What was yours, Rowan?
They were all funny, but I liked Mrs. Patello's. Or should I say Mrs. Potatoes.
What was your favorite, Jinx? Anyways, I had a great time speaking to the teachers and had a ball listening to their answers.
Now back to Nico and Aubrey. Thank you, Frankie and Rowan.
Ooh, time for Mrs. Coco.
Miss Coco is a new staff member.
She just joined Potter School this school year.
Here's Abby to tell us about Miss Coco.
Hello, my name is Abby, and for my staff spotlight, I sat down and got to know our new administrative assistant, Miss Coco.
Do you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa?
I celebrate Christmas.
What's your favorite part about working or being here?
My favorite part about working here is being surrounded by children.
What's your favorite holiday?
I would say Christmas because it makes children happy.
If you could switch jobs for 24 hours, what job would you choose?
Oh, I would love to be with orangutan babies in Bali.
Tell us about yourself.
About myself? I was born in France. I came here 30 years ago in this country. I have one daughter. I have 3 grandsons. And I'm very happy to be here.
Where are you from?
I'm from a region called Normandy in France. It's in the northwest, on the coast.
What's your favorite things to do to celebrate holidays?
Buying presents for people. You are so welcome. You guys did very good. And if you need a retake or if you have more questions, I'd be happy to come back.
She does all the work that Mr. Porter, our principal, and Miss McHenry, our assistant principal, can't do. She was born in a region called Normandy in France, on the northwest, on the coast, and came to America 30 years ago. She has 1 daughter, 3 grandsons, and she loves to be surrounded by the children. And her favorite holiday is Christmas because she loves to see the kids happy. She enjoys buying presents for the holidays because she likes to see the children smile. If she could have any other job, She would love to work with baby orangutans. Thank you, Miss Coco, for sharing your time with us. Back to you, Nico and Aubrey.
Thank you, Abby. It's time for a book review. I wonder what book it is. Me too. Take it away, Maisie, Riley, and Liliana.
Hello, I'm Liliana, and these are my friends Riley and Maisie. Today we have a book review segment on the book Wonder by R.J. Paco. Riley will start by telling you a little bit about the book.
Hi, I'm Riley. The book Wonder is about a boy named August who goes to school for the first time. In the book, there are chapters, but there are also 8 parts. Each part is told by a different character's perspective of the events that are happening in the book. 3 parts are August's perspective, though the other characters only have 1 part. Those characters are Via, who is August's sister, Summer, who is August's friend, Jack, August's other friend, Justin, Via's boyfriend, and Miranda, Via's old best friend. Also, some copies of the book have Julian's perspective. He's the bully. The first characters you meet are August and his family. August goes to a new school, Beecher Prep, in the summer, where 3 of the students in his homeroom, Charlotte, who is top of the class, Julian, and Jack, show him around the school.
Although once August starts school in September, he becomes friends with Jack, who is in most of his classes, and Summer, who August sits with at lunch at the summer table, where only people who have a summer name are allowed. Maisie, finish telling the audience about the book.
Hi, I'm Maisie. The book Wonder's main character, August, has a rare genetic disorder that affects just his face, which makes his face look different than most people's. August Pullman was homeschooled his whole life due to many surgeries he had to have, but he's about to start 5th grade in a real school, and where he lives, 5th graders start in the middle school. There he meets 2 people, Summer and Jack, who become friends with him. The book goes from beginning to the end of the school year and has a good ending. There are 2 sequels to Wonder. One of them is Aw Gimme, and the other is 365 Days of Wonder, and it is also a movie.
I personally really like this book. I like how it goes from different parts but also has chapters. I think that's a story about how it's okay to be different and that different makes you stand out in a good way. You can really understand the feelings of the character August and what he goes through during the story, where he finds his best friends and deals with bullies. Overall, I think it's a great story with a lot of feelings.
I really like the book too. I liked how you got to hear the story from different characters' perspectives, and that all the characters you hear from are a mix of August's friends and Via's friends who know him. I like how the story tells you not to judge a book by its cover, because it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. That's why I think Wonder is a great book.
I really liked this book. My favorite part was the ending. Wonder is my favorite book. I also really like how it teaches each character's perspective. I think it's a book that everyone should read. It's such a good story, and I love how it shows it's okay to be different.
Those are some reasons why you should read the book Wonder. We hope you enjoy it.
Back to you, Nico and Aubrey.
Thank you, Maisie, Riley, and Liliana.
Our next staff spotlight is Miss Karen.
Let's see what Abby and Ellery have to say about Miss Karen.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Ellery.
And I'm Abby.
Our staff spotlight is on Miss Karen, Potter's new 4th grade teacher.
Miss Karen became a teacher because she enjoys working with kids and she wants to teach students to believe in themselves. She enjoys learning about literacy but likes to teach math.
It is no surprise her favorite quote is, "Believe you can, and you're halfway there," by Theodore Roosevelt. This quote inspired her to become things she thinks is more important to believe in yourself, and if she didn't believe in herself, she wouldn't be a teacher today.
Miss Karen enjoys arts and crafts, using her cricket, yoga, and helping others. And if she wasn't a teacher, she would be a school counselor.
Her favorite holiday is Thanksgiving because she likes to think about what she's thankful for and what she likes to share with her family and friends. She celebrates Thanksgiving with her family. She also likes to do activities with her students about being thankful.
We learned some fun facts about Miss Karen, like she loves strawberries, the book Because of Winn-Dixie, and she would use markers over crayons.
Back to you, Nico and Aubrey.
Thank you, Abby and Ellery. Next up is Leanne Vienna in a segment titled Principal for a Day.
This is one of my favorites.
One of your favorites.
Hi, my name is Leah.
And I'm Vienna.
We interviewed students in kindergarten through 5th grade and asked them the burning question.
What would you do for your principal for a day?
Hi, I'm Leah Lowski. What's your name?
Izzy.
What would you do if you were principal for the day?
Look at the care bus for people big bad.
Hi, I'm here with
Layla.
What would you do if you were principal for the day, Layla?
I would watch a movie with all the kids in the room.
Hey, my name is Olivia Bravo, and I'm here with
Myla Resendiz.
Okay, what would you do if you were principal for a day?
I would pick what the lunch is.
Okay, what would be the lunch?
Chicken nuggets.
Oh, okay. I'm here with
Ben.
And I'm here to ask you what you would do if you were principal for a day. So what would you do?
Make lunch candy instead.
Okay, that's an interesting approach. Thank you.
I'm Leah, here with
Grace.
Here to talk about what would you do if you were principal for the day. So what would you do?
I think we should have a talent show.
And why is that?
Because I want to see kids' other skills and other stuff.
I'm here with Benzie, here to talk about what would you do if you were principal for the day. So what would you do?
Well, I would first make it so that the 4th grade lunch is first, because 1 o'clock is too much for me.
Hi, I'm here with
Alana.
And today we're here to talk about what would you do if you were principal for a day. So what would you do?
I would probably let them do whatever they want.
Okay. I'm here with
Kendall.
And I'm here to ask you what you would do if you were principal for a day. So what would you do?
I would make the kids learn at recess, but they can also have fun.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Hi, I'm Leah, here with
Liam.
Here to talk about what would you do if you were principal for the day. So what would you do?
I would let most of the kids be outside so they can have fun outside.
I'm Leah, here with
Charlie.
Here to talk about what would you do if you're principal for the day. So what would you do?
I would let the kids learn less and have more time at recess.
Thank you.
I'm here with Mackenzie. And what would you do if you were principal for a day?
I would make sure none of the kids would litter outside on the playground.
Okay.
I'm here with
Aubrey.
We're here to talk about what would you do if you were principal for the day. So what would you do?
I would make it so there would be no homework and we would also have recess all day. Hi, I'm here with
Jalen.
And I'm here to ask you what you would do if you were principal for a day. So what would you do?
I'd probably have the bus drivers go to any fast food restaurant they would want to go to.
Okay, good idea.
I'm Leah, here with
Caden.
Here to talk about what would you do if you were principal for the day. So what would you do?
I'd make a whole football field.
Everyone had a lot of different answers that you were unique and unexpected.
Do you have a favorite?
What would you do if you were principal for a day?
Back to you, Nico and Aubrey.
Thank you, Leah and Vienna.
Now it's time for cats or dogs.
This one's going to be interesting.
Is it because it's being done by one person?
Yeah.
What would you choose, a cat or dog?
I like dogs better, but maybe Eddie can change my mind.
Thanks, Aubrey and Nico. Hi, I'm Eddie. Some people can't decide between a cat and a dog, so I'm here to give you my opinion about each of them. Cats and dogs are similar, but also different in many ways, so I'll tell you about each of them so you can decide for yourself which is better. Cats are extremely cute and cuddly. Many people love them. Cats also sometimes bring you mice and birds, but sometimes they scratch. Cats are very calm and like to be there just to be there. Dogs, on the other hand, are big fluffy balls of joy who love to play and cuddle with you. Sometimes they forget how heavy they are, though. Dogs like to jump around and be active. Both cats and dogs have many ups and few downs, so talk to your friends about which you like more during your break period. Thanks for watching, happy holidays, and back to you, Aubrey and Nico.
Thank you, Eddie.
Our final segment is also our final staff spotlight.
Here's Maddie and Sylvie to tell us about Mr. Porter.
Hi, I'm Maddie.
And I'm Sylvie.
For our staff spotlight, we sat down with Mr. Porter and got to know him better.
Mr. Porter has worked in Dartmouth for 35 years. He started as a 5th grade teacher and taught 5th grade for 18 years at Potter School. He received his master's degree and wanted to see if he liked being an assistant principal. So he spent 6 years at Quinn School as an assistant principal. In 2014, he came back to Potter School as an assistant principal, and in 2020 became the principal.
Did you know before Mr. Porter was a teacher, he wanted to be a writer or a reporter and give everyone the news, so he thinks he would be a writer if he wasn't a principal.
That's really cool. I think he could definitely pull that off with his amazing writing skills.
And considering that he was a teacher.
He also told us that he really enjoys skiing, though he has not done it in a few years.
Speaking of skiing, Mr. Porter told us that when he was our age, he really enjoyed making snow forts with his friends in the neighborhood. He said snow forts are like big igloos, and he enjoyed hiding in them. He feels snow forts are hard to make, but he said he used a red container thing, and he packed snow in it, and then he made little bricks with it, and then he stacked them, and it made a big igloo.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it does.
Snow makes me think of the holidays.
And Mr. Porter's favorite holiday,
Christmas. And he even feels lucky because all his family is in the same area.
Wow, he's really lucky. I learned so much about Mr. Porter. Mr. Porter is retiring this year. He says that he doesn't have any plans when he retires. It is his first time in his whole life that he doesn't have any plans. He's always had to go to school or work, and now he has no plans, and he doesn't know what he's going to do when he retires.
Maybe he'll start skiing again.
Thank you, Mr. Porter, for sitting down with us, and good luck on your retirement.
Back to you, Nico and Aubrey.
Thank you, Maddie and Sylvie.
And that's a wrap up for DHNN Potter School Holiday Edition.
We want to thank Mr. Parati and everyone at DHNN for helping us create this broadcast.
Thanks for tuning and
happy
holidays!
holidays!